January 14th. As I say, why yeah, reshuffle. Or to train a Nasi, but unfortunately, Alan Kojo Chiramante, I train home. Into we are dear. I was away. As I say, we day. We one young swa names are mere privy to another dining table, so an uncle. Remember, yeah, by 14th, you know, one year ministers, any ministries, and come over. Deputy ministers and combat substantive ministers, cabinet ministers and Kiebe Pambi Kure free ho. Nedi Bisha Koshi be a name or more 1 year Irish from America 14th. No Mumbai disclaimer. Say they're up to date. Omunya disclaimer be our Mickey Mileos and Milala Mickey was a wine. So what I say? So me catch it. Okay. It's not a joke. In fact, in 2023, every Ghanaian, every constituency, every MP, all the people in power should take position. And so be at me clear on certain positions. Certain issues. For instance, young Kotina saying gay ni lesbianism corona or mining sipo as we speak today. Ghana needs to take a position. Year 2023 is taking position. And you should take progressive position. 4.7. Eti hobby nyasa na okase it is a done deal. E was all ye obeye reshuffle. There's another breaking news crowd where free say be touch the number 6 e be say top form this land chemante dey e free na ko to me change number 6 sa na ye adwuma no sa pepepe na ye adwuma no be bia me free ba sa pepepe in fact me need 2 minutes metimi aka enya sa nka wo dey atu. Because me say last week in the wake of Alan resignation, your name Benefsin didn't come. I'm a Benefsin car say after Alan, he is expecting say I could do a free years. Well, I don't know about that. Me say a free sabri a copy me then you may know here. Another betom crow neko. And also Edin the Jume. Exactly my point. Nipa crown me go gaza. Oh no, me can't say. Me say nipa na woka. And also the Jume. Of course. Okay. It is no news to me that these people no more your mutrim pose on beso mujina franca to former MPP no one asha say the omojuma to but you might never know who Bruce so in tema when you call because adia no so no obasha ebia your madwene say time no so by bi so atias mu omo ye said yes fata when you NDC there na obvious say His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama is coming against only competition either Kenya Japan, Akoto Friye, Alan Kojo Chermantin or Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, and I say Ira Jako, and Obi Awaka Obia, Ira Kobleja, Jogate Muna, and I said Mamponi Dishi, a nice man, quiet man. You know, so clearly Omodiano, every we are start. Yeah, because it is all that's what Tihana say, oh no. Also train copim say there. Why now you Benefsin say from a Juma Mayeno. So far, Baumia is in the lead. Kenya Japan close second. And Alan Chermatin third. Or more Canada I say. Well, nobody falls more pre-position. You cannot also challenge the might in quote of Yera Benefsin. Sure. But the dynamics in politics they keep changing every second. So it keeps changing every second. In fact, they are able to background very enough to change the dynamics. Sure. As it stands now, the Obi Abet Makaway and a friend of Yankasi form, a friend of Bemba, a friend of a BMW, a friend of a can say, can see there was a integrity, gun, self, atom, I could tell you say, Okum come, I don't know, be all this is in come from you know. Yebe hu do king call. Sure. Acha da ben. Where they say Kodua in paying for the beba. Acha da ben. I guess the crime yeah sure. Yeah. Acha no more dey tree from bam bam. No be akọ nim. It will be so I will be qualify for super delegates no. No wa obeti ahwe no idea. Now call it super delegates you omu wi a. Na afọ monya face to face na kasa. Na yakọ anim. The problem be any but back to the reshuffle. Let me say. Mampanyi opeu. Ompeu baby edu no. E wo so ye. Obeye. Obina me say obeye because ministers say be o me cabinet o kofi. O ma nya ba bia chairs ni ye gidi no. O ma nya ba bia che. Deputy ministers too are fortunate on be substantive. Oh really? Yeah. Obi nso o party ni ma MPP party ni so on about time no. O mo bo no fon fram so no. O be pagya ni mu. Oh can say Mary. Yeah, of course. And yes me na make am. Enyoma ebre dey enimi ABCC FM 94. It is name na me makasa meka. Nyesa ampo free mu Mickey Millions dey ideas work kan. Enya no na meka wasem. Eno kwa say me about the handlers of the president.
Oh no, ye beba ho. How main issue.
And then tell the special prosecutor say the same making free sir young man or Jubilee House refers to Brian
Champon. Hey David Brian Boabin.
And some making can for the special prosecutor.
Ah, okay, cast be no.
My brother special prosecutor no matter special was the about when you ready to be cook there. Corruption.
Yes.
Now what you heading?
What you heading say?
No special prosecutor what you heading? If government is not prepared,
so Obebo
cook attention plan. Who integrity all the two heading?
Can go resign.
Of course. Anytime see the Brian somewhere Brian Boabia Chrodon. Maybe King Kayama Neti. Say you no credit 94.7. Why?
But Brian also eka there were serious allegations.
You see, yes, there. You collapse that office, no? Because one kasa ono, obekwetiya no. One kasa okutiya ho dada. Kasa bebrebe no from the times of Martin Amidunisa. If you are not ready for the job, if you cannot stick to your integrity as you are known for. Now also be the normal complainer that kasa na DC come bribe 1,000 now DH you better step down. You collapse that office. Then we all come to realize say Ghana Hanum say obi any hobe na jo or the Katasha prebe campaign. You better so.
So.
Because this young man who promised us say Obama corruption are very unattractive. Ebesi na say no be na dwumadi ni dia. Any new maybe so the same certain powers be so more arrogated to themselves they are limited in those powers now. Obi, let's just say Omano, it is a Mickey Millions and what's my best idea why you know it is what best idea
now before say everybody when I may pay Brian Boabin sa tweet, you know, because I consider the issues he raised quite serious and unfortunately, no official response be to that issue. And Brian and so somebody who works at the presidency or the issues we saw between Jana, it's quite serious.
Me mom the no man siana me say share we answer about the local aspects. Ghana for 2022 asase sabe 2023. Yes, sir. You see, poverty of the mind. Am I reasoning? A problem. We have been enslaved by a certain poverty. Poverty, no, dear. Yes, sir. Sikana Makazo. Because I didn't answer in Ada. I am sure maybe by no man say Masaka cross at Makuzi. I am sure I'm there 2023. Muzobi. Now me catch one say Brayeko 2022. We because say on my traditional universities, excluding a year. Other private universities, almost churning out over 200,000 Ghana for this year every year.
It's true.
Nasa o mine out of that figure na Bruce baby no. 5,000. And then private and public. Now masa yo mu ankasa bi o mu amajuma. What conversation are we having around this? Yamfa private institutions in Mekan ho. Yamfa Mekan ho. Oh, onana no no for asin no school ba no be catch say o rotation is o catch say daddy say lecture hall no 1,000 I can bet say a mu be 700 frosters o a man no dey a mu be o hanche be dey o twinum 224 this is on mine now ya chichiri no this is on mine how that's how we are becoming endangered day by day every blessed day we a parent now yam chichiw. So these are the issues. Now, meaning the MPP abusuefo bia omo didi omachi. Wo ho no makofa nyoma M1 my intimate progressing thinking ideas. And help o man no de bibia be sanka mu cream. Se boapayo, se nida ho, se begu enguo, se bibi na tiesi omusuo. You can get it. You can get it.
And one classic example, yes,
sir. Now no that you such a sacred place. You see, I'm we are no asad makusime now because my basa me bankasa. Yet Tihana is will be the church that was a 111. Okojina Independence Square.
Independence Square, you know.
And look at what we even did to him. Yeah. Now we how such a sacred place of relevance to young black people, Ghanaians. 4.7. That's what the cheddar. Because we have taken ourselves for granted and we have taken everything in this country for granted. That is why the foreigner will continue to also take us for granted. Now, let me catch you and say, Oko ministries are 3x4 Brofubia. They have access to our ministers when we go and follow like you. They have access. So nothing has changed, it's just the figures. Nothing has changed. This part of the world, Ghana, nothing. 22, number 23. 94.7. We have a very serious issue that we need to attend and pay attention to. Now, your 31st watch night now, and you're a decider for the country Ghana and its declarations. Citizens. Please. On my morning, I try to fit that December 31. Ghana this year, trying December 31. Yeah, you're better catch them. Oh, Happy New Year now, catch Rubino. Our Nippon glorious happy returns. Mokrano, more crumful. More Ghana form because we have the same attitude. And we think that 2023, Onyame be conjure magic, be man and be beba with this poor, foolish attitude, for us to get to a certain height. Now, I'll drive an Escalade. I'll leave at Trasaku. If you don't go through the process, if there are no checkmates, how do we get to that point? 94.7. How? Sorry, no. Rome, essentially a building within 2 days, no. Or no multimedia Ghana, no. Only 2 days actually. You at age 21, it be your magic. Oh, we are saying, you can say intimacy. But you, who could dream also could touch Trasaku at 21 in Ghana?
21.
I feel quite a suku. So the craze, and there are no standards again. The craze. And my one kitten. You can't say a Crobian identity. You can't say most standards no be any authority. We have people who are still authority of standards. And now to be back.
It's true.
And my Ghana, you know, do na address mono for Obi changing from black to white. And Kua a ponipa. Ne boy a danger in Kuto.
Yes,
and Kua a ponipa. Pills a ponipa. So look at what we are resorting to. Easy means to get success. But I tell you, Wahala day, if you go through the easy means. Wahala day. It's a man in the midst of Yaria who also are Asaba, especially in a country where we don't have the facility.
Yeah.
We cannot be like the Americans. Neither do they want to be like us. Take your America, take your London, and let us be because you're sovereign. We are disappointing ourselves through our own selves and through our leaders. They are appointed. The streets of Accra, East Lagos, better than the small London or New York in Ghana. We only copy blindly.
Yeah.
We only copy blindly. Drivers are still parked in the middle of road too. And on mine to say Ghana, we have not been able to take a decision on Pragia and motorbikes. Take position as a country this year.
Pragia and motorbikes.
Yes. The country Ghana has not been able to take a position on Pragia and motorbikes. Take position because one take a position and Christian communities won't hear. It's high time mobile responsible to take back your schools from government because more not careful. This matter of gayism and lesbianism is creeping quietly into our students. Take position. In London, you know what the Muslim community is doing now? They are now built or putting up their own to ensure that the basics in Islam.
Yeah.
But what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Those good attributes never far near the above brano. No. Photo finishing Photo finishing Kadi
94.7.
So we have a serious issue as a country. The people who are in power should not compound the issues for us. One issue should be let's stop the unneeded comparison. ana atamozo crown no bedo ana jo mama kwa na nka entidian
the yengu so yes
it yenkoso
na ABC
exactly that's what we are all doing now.
Yeah.
The MPP accepts no wrongdoing, the NDC accepts no wrongdoing. Everything they will justify. It's yen no one yejimino sabi one yejimino. So there's a problem we need to attend to. It starts with me. It starts with you. Because Central want to be man from every blessed day. And be spew lies. And be blackmailing. And exaggerating and sensationalizing. We can't continue to do that. We can't.
My add on the issue of values and now can ho asem and I'm not many nkofo din komo. One thing that came out on man say and I am share there because of our whole mindset and mentality towards building the Ghanaian, improving the lot of the Ghanaian, building Ghanaian businesses any day. It's something that's taking root. I was here because as long as you're building universities, you're churning out graduates, we need to place them in jobs. Do you know, say, offer Ghanaians a businesses now? Majority are turning to foreigners to come and manage their businesses.
Yeah. I have typical examples. There are 3 big businessmen. I'm fighting with them all the time. But when they pull the records, who's a Ghana need be manage with Jumama sometimes.
And I was sad because Oman say
the center of Accra is taken over by foreigners. I die walk cantonments ne easily gone na si phone and Ghana for this you be ready to pay and on Timmy Ukrainians are ready to pay $1,500 $3,000 every month. And you know, it take over your prime areas. I breno. You bet my relax in the come and say you are brain yourself at the no.
Because my worry is, and it should be a source of worry to our higher institutions of learning. For example, so University of Ghana Business School or GEMPA, an institution set up to train people in management, any other UPSA for business courses, KNUST, traditional science and technology university, and they are producing more graduates in humanities than even tech and science. Amongst your business courses, and that is a source of worry. Say, it is a student that you training. Where do they go to?
Yeah.
Because they will train management student. Now they cannot manage Ghanaian businesses. That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
and Chinese and they manage among for businesses. Go for India, a big call Lebanon.
And
I don't afford to come and manage their businesses.
Indians more. I know manage big companies in this country.
And they tell you, and the records will indeed show. Say Omodima Ghana for no, say Nipano because no say a pharmacy shop or ton drone back. No, so ton
we want to arrive at one thing. Say see no ebenya ahode.
Yes.
So what you say?
Yes.
And that's where maybe sometimes maybe I say it is our East Legal Executive Club is mama establishing yuma e wa hanoma anka yefa pa yebefa asomai because uhwe sa nipa ko be 30 na omukura Ghana mu papa.
Yeah.
It is a sound call for other people be quiet but supporting the system even though in the midst of frustration. If you open up your mama Abai the partners are where we've gotten to we are Abai to me engage extra hands.
Oh, there's extra hands.
So what can Abai do to create that enabling environment
for these guys
these
to
private people and then for young men who come together to have access to Exim Bank facilities and all those. So Exim Bank crowds also at their bank and at the appropriate time. Maybe also Pentecost 40 will be. Chum, when we say Exim Bank, pay no. So the Pentecost for the pandemic.
I know. That's a taking decisions.
More than someone baby more. What is that no pay who say another person also he pause na Pentecost
another person why then.
Oh, why yeah, damn Ghana. Oh, the Dibaba. Oh, the Dibaba. But it is a very nice, but very surprising. Almost all the top
strategic areas.
Yes. That's good.
Possessing
the church is supposed to take positions.
Absolutely.
The church is supposed to take positions. It's very important. A Christopher should not distance themselves from opportunities in politics, in management,
in governance, in
everything.
Yeah.
Because more na dia be do be adu. More no. And now even a conversation around lesbianism and gayism because Christian schools. Standards na into maintain no. And na dia be do some pepper so we.
Asempa FM.
It will be no crap say. We have to shift from that mentality no and come to the real sense of life. Say, when I wake up, I feel proud as a Ghanaian.
As a Ghanaian.
All my actions and inactions, 90% there. As I said, supporting the cause of Ghana going forward and developing in good times. And I'll suggest to me, the political parties, Obi. You cannot say when you are in power, everything is right. When you are in opposition, everything is wrong. You can't do that. Yeah. When you do that, what it's your position, you don't wish Ghana to go down. Yeah. In power, you don't abuse the opportunities that you have.
And you don't say the kind. I mean, you don't get to that level where you begin thinking, say, correct, and nobody should take a contrary position. Correct. I also agree, said there is a difficulty. When you are part of the ruling party, say issues we are almost getting to a level you are also not allowed to have an opinion. And when you have an opinion on issue, people would go like, and now the BB and I will defend it. But sometimes maybe that is your opinion on that issue. It so happens that your opinion would seem to be defending the government.
Yes, but
that's your opinion. Absolutely.
But
sure.
Sure. Wait yet. Ultimately, who are my hearing can't say
beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder.
So that's the point. Genuinely, every individual or opposition.
Yes.
By our baby, I agree.
This is wrong. And yet, what is wrong is wrong.
When we get to that point, let me read out certain funny things I Ghana for with social media. Will be now the way how, even with this matter, no crack clear mechanism. I think, even and Manassas, good afternoon, baby. I'll be a mention. I may say few more. If a Ghanaian journalist is caught filming the Jubilee House, he will be manhandled. And it will be justified by national security protocol. Caleb Kuda was beaten for filming abandoned cars in the national security yard. And another gentleman also puts this up. Mr. Oman Ford into me, a couple of years ago, I was part of a film production that required footage of the Jubilee House for an establishment shot. I need not narrate to you how impossible that was. Now I get it. None of us were rappers from the US. And this one says, Jubilee House is now a studio. Too bad. And then, my MC Kojo Preko Dankwa, my baby, Kojo Preko. On the I think before the happening of these things, I was saying, Mr. President, the hip hop visit. Mr. President, I am very excited that my daughter Jankoma insisted that you should come and say hello to me. And I appreciate that much. And that's Kojo Preko's response. You are very happy because your daughter insisted that the same daughter cannot insist that you should use the constitutional power, Article 195, to appoint her as the executive secretary of the Creatives Arts Agency, rather occupying the position illegally. She is using the very agency to propagate and perform functions which are not permitted under the Act 1048. Mr. President, if truly you truly love the arts just like you portray during your political campaigns, then please don't let us see it as wasteful. Which Parliament of Ghana sat, deliberated with stakeholders to be in vain. Creative arts deserves better than this. I'm waiting for, and it goes on, it's all about the pop, no?
Yeah.
And then he asks the question, I'm waiting for the day President Joe Biden's son or daughter will insist that Stoneboy, Sarkodie or Blacko is in town, USA. So the father should say hello to them at the White House. Where was the minister and his deputy in this hip-hop visit? Another one writes, Those who vow to use the Jubilee House as a poultry farm are upset it's being used for music video. We are not correct like that. Then this one comes in. When the anthill develop holes, every creature borrows its way. We can agree to disagree without insults. We have a long way to go, Ghana. And then this one also says, Ghana has become like the theater of dreams in a Harry Potter franchise. Anything you can dream about happens
in Ghana.
In all this, we respect everybody's opinion. Sure. But no crap, the sovereignty of this country cannot be toyed with, cannot be messed with. Anyhow, anywhere, anytime. All these opinions are respected. If you share in this line, I think it's a general principle.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Yeah. And I think
you cannot, Obi.
I think, Oman, for me, how I want to look at this idea, the lessons as a country we can learn from this. Number one, everybody agrees. And I think 2 years ago, Ekosiisen Awards, best performing CEOs, Director General, the Ghana Tourism Authority guy,
Kwesi Agyeman.
Yeah. Good. It was that time ya birthed this whole idea of beyond the return and initially year of return and a later be beyond the return. And I think if Ghanaians will remember this administration for one thing, this policy, and it goes to prove what one policy can do to the fortunes of a country. And one such policy, ASR year of return policy way, it's been a huge success over the last 5 years. The unfortunate thing, and like it has always been happening with this administration, the lack of discretion to properly gauge the mood of the Ghanaian people. They get it wrong. Gauging the mood of the Ghanaian people and taking decisions to conform with the mood of the Ghanaian people, they seem to get it wrong every now and then. Classic example, Sadiewe. Oman, I think number one, for a country like Ghana, when you decide to open up your country, say people in the diaspora, emrefia, the least you can do is to enforce standards and protocols. Because you cannot have a whole presidency. You need protocols in visiting the presidency. Make I say, Jimmy Carter and any team entourage eba Ghana some time ago. No person mo call tune for her. Oman na omunyina share t-shirt white. They were sacked. This is the king of the Ashanti. They were sacked. Say, dressing no any appropriate. I think, the least that should happen, and say, to visit the presidency of Ghana. Ubetimiako presidency, because offices be they are fine. You can go in your normal Lacoste new t-shirt near the be office. But if you are visiting the presidency to go and meet the first gentleman of the land, you cannot go in any dressing. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. It won't mean she t-shirt and she PE pant. It should not happen. I think if there is a lesson from this, we should enforce strict protocols around the president.
How do we enforce it?
It starts with dress. They only
enforce it with us. Me. I was sending an invitation to Obi Onemini appointment in the house.
Yes.
I was in black jeans and slippers.
Yes.
Unim said that I was not allowed.
Sure.
Unim said I was not allowed.
And the making it should not cut just the citizens, but obia or babia once there are established protocols. Say but president the least a nice iron shirt what tack in as you shoe. Then and that's what's your nice African wear. There is a reason why you cannot dress anyhow to parliament. How much more the seat of our nation's presidency. In the end, you're number one. So protocol, and let me also add, say Oman, sometimes a common sense. Because a man for nam nkofo so yesi ahoma nam dua so no hunu soro iri nkofo enam nkofo so na be hu omampanyin ebia wo plug bi wo presidency ube use no na de ko president ube so ko chief of staff unimobi common sense oman say me ye adwuma multimedia o frame say opese wo hia kwesi twum Intimenya arrangement ma onekushia kwesichum. Multimedia you need protocols be around dressing to come and meet the CEO. You understand? Yeah. But some frames up so shia kwesichum. Na se meka se bra, ma fixed date ama say yenko. Na uba na me hu say wo she PE pant any t-shirt. Me mfa wo nko kwesichum.
Na meka kwesichum.
Yes. Me mfa wo nko kwesichum ho. Even though there are no protocols relative to dressing in the multimedia, how much more the president? It is me close to the president. Na enna misunti obi person oba be who president. Common sense should tell me say openyi atare we ye hye wono say one change ya me mfa wo nko president.
We take
things for granted.
That's my point.
And I think it comes back to that point. The taking things for granted from the protocol team to national security, and I'm now beginning to agree with James Kwabena Bonfe. It seems the national security establishment in our country, it's gone to sleep. It's not proper. No, because at the way, so was serious national security. This video will not even come out to start with. No, and Sani Ama Brandt and pulling it down.
For chief of staff office and for chief of staff,
national security, everybody. Because it's a national security installation.
If we don't take things for granted in this country, when Parliament started sitting year ending, no, now you work up, no. They be different the budget, no.
Yeah.
And then minority for the budget. Sure.
Parliament be better with you. Sure.
FM 94.7.
Sure. I think going forward, no, the chief of staff's office, the national security should be up and doing. I don't have a problem, say. Say and the infant say a baby grandma, or man, so my baby grandma. A baby grandma, ye be a fa Ghana, a fa moving Pan-Africanism. Now a baby grandma also a video be. Now also mukocha the frontage of Jubilee House. Eddie shares her video, name the message, any adena. I don't have a problem. No. I think, say, really. The guy getting in there to take a video of the frontage, any adeno, in principle, and shadanya bad. And what he's using that footage for. But so nyomna. And you that's all these shows are videos, no. The F word, just in some and you cannot use the seat of the nation's presidency for a thing like this. It is Ankobaye, and there is something about Pan-Africanism. Or a rap be or about Pan-Africanism, solid rap. Bibi Sano, that's a who shoot video, maybe a permission. And mind you, say, with the right security clearance, no. You can take some videos from some security installations and but with the right clearance, that's how we shoot video nimpo. And the be a message near solid to sell Ghana well. Anyway, into way there, it's a complete no, and I'm surprised up until now there is no official statement from the Jubilee House. It is not proper. No, there should at least be a statement.
That's how this government.
If it's about apologizing, apologize to the Ghanaian people. I don't understand.
Now we are talking
about video in a Jackson.
How?
It's just not proper. It's just not proper. It's just not proper. Into way no.
Now same way sometimes some political decisions from the presidency are quite worrying. We are talking say time a kwabna don ko resign na Jinapo I don't know any substantive. Said Tekpe as finance minister.
Yeah.
You see, when you make those comparisons, those decisions are not politically wise. One of the ministers, our latter part of the year, and collapse Ghana, collapse MPP party near Ken Ofuriatta. So absolutely, in principle, there's absolutely nothing wrong to make him a caretaker minister for that sensitive ministry.
Yeah.
But Obi, edu baby, but for a reason.
Yeah. And they are
but for
gauging the mood of the people.
But for
gauging the mood. That is what this government has been deficient in. Gauging the mood of the people to take decisions based on the mood. Because if you fail to gauge the mood right, that's where you take some of these decisions. Because I've argued elsewhere, once you want and let's establish this, Oman, be a deputy minister. That person cannot act as a substantive minister. It doesn't happen.
The Jinapo factor, right?
Sure,
it doesn't happen.
Sure. Say this whole thing. Say substantive minister. Now is a deputy acting. It cannot happen. No, it can't happen. The fact is, Yamomu instrument of authority. You were sworn in as a deputy minister. You cannot go and stand before Parliament.
Go through that process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's agree. having agreed on that principle now, say person we substantive and as a substantive minister be resign, who do you pick to go and act? And then a question, no, do you pick the finance minister issues on a normal day, or man, on a normal day, yes, the finance minister, because trade and industry, everything about very them, how many finance. No, energy, finance. On a normal day, no, the finance minister should be the person acting. But we are not in normal times. We are not in normal times. And if you gauge the mood right, you will not make such decisions. And I think that is where the president should step up a bit in understanding and appreciating the mood of the Ghanaian people. They seem to get that bit wrong. And that is where the role of the chief of staff is critical. I would support you on the point you make. The role of the chief of staff is critical. Very, very critical. The chief of staff's role is extremely critical.
Now, ministers, director generals, OMCs, DCs, presidency, it's now too much. It's too much.
Because media, we probably would have to be told, say, and the MA Yane say, oh man, I give this government thumbs up for year of return and for the attention about Ghana so in December and January.
No doubt.
But unim says Mick Mail so say Mick Mail ko say debe no. What am friends saying? Mick Mail. After say obechi moto bi okrom ha na oba bi ti na chi ano nche helmet no. Wo say na maintain ni din da wo. Minima de mpo ano ye. Ono so ye rapper na ye. Or rappe. Na nyoma hete. Mick Mail no. Na say rappers yenim omo okrom ha de. Yenim Jay-Z, yenim Kanye West, yenim ba quick conference Lil Wizzy. Yenim Nas. Why way? Masa omo
make meals when.
Only Chimoto we breaking and traffic. Unze was say breaking a traffic law say Ghana. Chimoto say helmet oba bi so tie na hwade bi omo. It mean until this video na me hu say akwa bi dey make meal. Ono so aba Ghana. Me maintain the important meal make us and make meal. Masa. And let's have those protocols around our president. Obi oho oba o deserve say dey be kwa kire minister. Obi ho ba o deserve so we yedne call CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority. Where the ba obi agitum said this person should go and meet the president or kwa undressy ye mfanko president ho. The presidency is the embodiment of what we stand for, who we are. Inti yamma presidency ni enye hu kakra. There should be some standard. The least that should happen from this thing protocols about dressing to go and meet the president. Anye yamani panin dress ye say yama obi nko hene ho Ghana o she t-shirt. How much more the president? How much more the president? Let's have those protocols. At least standards need yenye adwuma. It should be our biggest takeout from this. And the national security establishment should be up and doing. Certain things should not happen. This video shouldn't have come out in the first place. So national security on point, and they would have picked those signals a long time ago. Because from the videos, not just say there were drone shots from the Jubilee House. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I don't know who security clearance to do what they did.
No.
If there was security clearance, there should be a statement. Eugene Ahin should have released a statement by now. There should be a statement.
Every day when there's wrongdoing, this is how we behave. Sign.
It cannot be business as usual.
And we are thinking that Ghana will
business as usual. It can't be business as usual.
Oh, this country.
I mean, there should be a statement. There should be a statement. At least on this issue. Now you say, yes, maybe there was a breach of protocol. We apologize. You put it so and so in place to prevent this thing from happening again. At least that's how you're kind of saying enlightened societies act. There should be a statement. You apologize where you have to and put in place measures as Hadiwe Ensign in CBU. I've said, say in principle, filming the Jubilee House near the bad. It depends on what you are using it for. Not for this kind of song. Yeah. Ah, yeah, F word and quantum the D and qua in the song. How does this project us? In the other proper. And again, the lantern no also we no mujinate or my penijinate speech now. Nane coat of farms ne born. I'm told say there are two. Back when the exclusive use of the president. And at the end way mujinate the visitor be a crown and no sure the presidency and the word Amaniem. And you way anka women in any issue.
Do we have to wait?
You maybe or what? Charlie, it's terrible. It's really terrible.
And it's a warning to Director General, Chief Executives and Ministers now. Mono dia mo pena mo dia mo motito amoye no. Ebrewo we ye ninka so until they don't serve Ghana and serve your ego and be very disrespectful towards us. Monkoso. Reshuffle no na eba no. To the monkoso. Monkoso na mon be able to say mo da monkoso. Reshuffle no na eba no. Now see the humility of all the ministers and their deputies and director general. Apart from road minister said December January 1 for inspection or amasamai and I'm wakwata on also baby as energy on your free. Or shall see a call her chokwansu who's on all over.
Yeah.
Now yam one about so PTC into all baby do. PTC interchange. Yeah, what baby do?
Hey, a papa.
Yeah. I'm on countries as sector minister no. Now this year no juma. Because promise then also then intelligence obey
2 months okay 6 or 7
6 right yeah that mean who PTC then say obi
PTC then on your
mouth too much
ya corner pepper PTC then
so these are some of the things ebi ebo aban no now omo so handle presidency no now omo the bibia be then abesanka mu as we speak now, who corner say chum, who control the Ghana card for no ma? Any card I demand. Yeah, kasa say who corner control the
any card. There are serious issues, so there are serious issues.
I'm surprised
because this that one exchange program in emunchemu yentu ye bokran chirechiremu ma. One of the
biggest challenge we continue to suggest to people, you cannot take decisions on your own. You can't.
I mean, yeah, this milk coats and milk coats. Why and some basa. What you crowd just here? What's a pea pant winning and a
you know? And Obi na me catch on special prosecutor on team. Obi, this is from Samuel Brian Boabing.
Anyway, the one when they post, okay.
The Ghana Police Service, Yoko, Ghana and Shraj, Ghana. Should investigate the unlawful procurement of 50 assaulted vehicles acquired by special prosecutor Anas Cromwell Gray LLP partner. And the special prosecutor Anas
so a person say special prosecutor and a law firm no and a Cromwell Gray no
and only Anas
also omo partners at the law firm. That's what Brian Boabin is saying. That's Anas a lawyer into
nobody does partners that. The president is aware of this. And no appointment.
Not in a bonny man.
Me busao. So if was the president aware of that?
He should be aware.
Maybe I make a throwback at me.
Throw back at you. Who's that? What was that?
Primarily to establish the offense of abuse of office, corruption,
and
causing financial loss to the state respectfully. Only special prosecutor the Ekosiisen.
Where Brian Boabin
Anas partner and lawyer Kisi Ajibin should get serious for once. How can you see government's commitment to fight corruption when you are only interested in diplomatic passport and luxury cars?
Brian Boabin.
The 50 cars you've purchased with one written off and another damaged. Did you use your family cocoa funds to purchase them or state funds?
Brian Boabin,
who in his right mind will purchase 50 cars for less than 10 staff? Hiding them in your garage doesn't guarantee the public won't know. Who ordered those cars and at what price?
50 cars. Special prosecutor staff near 10.
Also, know who we
50 cars. Na Brian Boy, and you say your friend Brian Boy, no better church be there.
Also, who we?
No, say we the Brian Boy be.
And I'm also who we.
There is no statement from them, I believe.
No. obi chere me say that is baby you say okoye you now so sompafe okoye dey
o say obebra wuo na say na osompafe
what but obebra wuo
na osompafe.
I don't want to believe what this man has written.
But Charlie, 50 cars they also do.
Me interest is no man of kind. Yeah,
there should be a statement from the Special Prosecutor's Office.
Meanwhile, Special Prosecutor join is Joy Dominic.
News file. Yeah.
Also, by way, and you're not going to say, but
when you budget for 50 cars, and you be a Samuel Brown Boy, now be a Brown Boy.
Obina Obwa, such a revered office. I know for FIFA.
No, but me the say staff near
Special Prosecutor Cratch as who influence them. Yeah. Special Prosecutor only.
Because staff near 10 accounts.
Fed to me processing for court interpretation. Special Prosecutor. This equal in the 294. What actions are at the Special Prosecutor? Also, we should get serious.
No, maybe I will take positions and you be also responded to.
Where do you respond? Wait. That's why the whole office is collapsing. You are refusing to know that this is happening. From the presidency, we'll more. One from Remio. Or they are to Facebook.
We put their Twitter.
Now we cross cassette. Or they are to Twitter. Twitter is powerful.
Yeah, very powerful.
I will choose a special prosecutor. Then I go away. On the respond. So these so-called allegations, is the reality there. They are. Oh, so-called Bradian. Now, Kosum Puffy. 2023, take position.
Now say ministers and deputies on my bro mo say.
Hey. Mr. Dominic Bakubia, Mr. Dominic of Freyen. E minu se bi wa ho brase say na me suro pa ni.
94.7.
Na mo ho ye. Go nye mo bibia e kama. Mo na mo kan bem.
Mo sha ejira. Ya ma ya
na adane. O nyame tumfu e. Bobby be saying na ruani jagobo. Hey.
Man, we say Obi, they should have first sought clearance from the Ghana embassy in Washington D.C. or the consulate general in New York through the information office, forwarded to the Information Services Department for approval before they filming not just the Jubilee House but anywhere in Ghana. I didn't receive such request and I don't know about D.C. Please use this medium to educate anyone who is interested in filming or doing any documentary in Ghana. And what it means, they say we a diaspora now about Ghana, also be filming anywhere in Ghana. There is a process you have to go through. In the yes, I will file cameraman and audio maba. Even while concept now be boning puts up say shorter. You should be cleared.
White House next week.
Oh, Quainfa.
White House.
Now, so US phone declare beyond the return. Policy.
No,
now who Shatawale tweet no. Shatawale say, "Unwa declare beyond the return." Say, "Unu anu mi free man on embra." Omaba no be pictures afi obu afu. Na go mun ko pictures no.
That's me call. Say, we no yes Miss me return ya beyond the return me call.
Also we call
me call
now say me call White House first time. What him say White House a more of like a tourist a into bedroom tourist egu enim saa but your friend is saying Secret Service for a good hono. In the Secret Service no be so no so no ordinary tourist on so abegina but full security. In the I can't imagine say some of the things I hear wahan because when him say a lot of the movies I obe hu na bia American movie you're shooting or White House ni nyina nye fake o. They build like a dining before the movie. Now omudi echa enti we should me my worry, and I've said this in principle, say I'm not against filming the Jubilee House or anywhere once you go through and get the right clearance, but what you are using the videos for should inure to our benefit. This one did not. Intia no dear nobody should try to justify it. It did not inure to our countries, but it put here in bad light. Yes. Why?
Many pair many few crew back who shall no cry.
PK Sapon.
Yeah, on the whisper, man. Then we can. Yeah, Obi.
Okay, we say, Obi, this thing happened at the presidency because the president's daughter is actively involved in it. Good afternoon. Okay, we when Kennedy yawo a free and or the way abba. But again, I mean, the president's daughter involvement, no. Really, it's not the problem, and I think sometimes we misdirect our aggression. The president's daughter's involvement any problem. Say protocols around our president. Now say me a president, but Madame Fubi a big US or Ghana or so be president. Now we'll go through the protocols. What's wrong with that?
Exactly.
It's because of the lack of protocols around the president. A president bad down for utimisha PE pant echo hono. That is where the issue is. In the president ne ban president ba na say year of return beyond the return or phobia mo big yes. No mo ba. Let's not discount the impact of year of return beyond the return and what is it's made Ghana. It is a big deal. Kwesi Agyeman and the team now have done very, very, very well.
When we are criticizing the situation, doesn't mean the whole.
Of course. We say, Obi, good afternoon. Why are you worrying yourself listening to the president's statement saying it's because of his daughter? Okay, our presidency has lost its values. Okay, we say.
Yeah, more soon jump into such conclusions. Yeah. We are criticizing for a wrongdoing.
Sure.
Not the entirety of that presidency. Nabeti Makase. A loose now at the end of back up and young can once a man. Yeah.
Obi, may God bless you and Omahene. You are making a good analysis on the US musician. How can somebody wrap his hand around the president's shoulder like that in a photograph? Mucha picture.
So beside no more na me suggest say send handless need the corporate and the personal home. Ni ma hono ma ko have more fun. And the official. Jubilee House where the president to feel a chiho.
Yeah, true.
Now, Marco Jimoni or when they were at more level.
Yeah.
And no, you see, MPP phones you had. Yeah, Gigi and your phones say a call official duty to Jubilee House.
Sure.
So how baby no Canada. So your access to the phone crowd representation. You try pictures. How baby no be or distribute for years, not for months. All these things no omushia.
But back to him. It's the national security, man. It's the national security. The national security. Unfortunately, there is a whole ministry in charge of national security with a minister. Yeah, people must set up. People must set up. The national security. This cannot continue. We say, Obi, this can never happen under Kojom Pianin's watch. What is the current chief of staff doing? At least they should have learned from the Sewa Bruni Bruhaha. And that's from Gaichi. Lawyer Eduji Tamaklo says...
No lawyer
Oseo.
No, is it dress your daddy? Opposition member para
Odresses
no all gene proximity or no babies and or catch and wife there.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to be or no Quebeca. Oh no, digital proximity be no sir that's social media. Minimum on the west levels are good, sir.
But Unim said this year, October this year, no we did 10 years at the bar. Yeah. He now qualifies to be called a senior lawyer.
Oh,
October this year. After October this year, he qualifies to be called a senior lawyer. No, we did 10 years.
Why are you?
Yeah, he's done very well for himself. In the NSA, I told him personally, actually, he's done very, very well for himself. Sure. I mean, the cases are Nidin Ebata some very high profile Supreme Court cases. Or every young lawyer's dream, to want to. He's done very well.
FM stations they are monitoring.
Send the Kakabe. Yeah, lawyer Edugitamaklo. And we say, Obi, tell, and this Eduji Tamaklo speaking, or say, Obi, tell Omahene to calm down. The more things change, the more they remain the same. Happy New Year to you and the squad. And I say, Obi, as a country, time I the youth anyway, I say if we don't focus on skills training, disaster awaits us. Or say, Obi, the chief of staff must be feared. But this one, the daughter of the president was the brain behind it. Who can stop her? No, but the point is, apart from Omunim, daughter of the president, Omoko ne papa hono. All the other actor a free US buy or so echo president. No more dressing in your papa. I want us to look at the bigger picture and see, say, what are the protocols around our president? That I think should be it. Because Jimmy, now man, why not big see Jimmy Carter? But this is the former president of the United States of America, ne Baba Ghana. All call 2-4, no much t-shirt. Yamananko Jimmy Carter ba. And you can't do that around the president. There should be some protocols. And going forward, if there are any lessons for this administration, for administrations yet to come, protocols around our president. Oba Ghana, Samuel Brian Boabe or presidency. But when you're going to meet the president of the republic, it should not happen. Because to meet Arabian parliament, why do you dress anyhow to the presidency? It doesn't even make sense. Beginning the year from Tuesday last week
from Richmond to
Richmond. Your friend is saying Dr. William Frimpong and Friday in so Elder Amos Kevin and if you are
so may probably to add on to what they said. Turn it down.
Okay.
This year
we are 94.7
an exceptional spiritual growth. Exceptional. And yeah, because one caught into something exceptional.
Yeah.
Will be the 6 better no.
Better no 9.
Will be the fufu better no quiet. And that spiritual growth, no. Onyamin kuto ni timidema. So seek genuinely for spiritual growth. A key foundation before others should proceed.
Okay.
2, Obi. Miawaniana take a decision to be physically healthy.
Hey.
Where do you need choice to, especially me?
It was also hit a gym.
Not necessarily gym,
but at least exercise. Your lifestyle. Yeah.
So just that conscious effort.
Say you want to be physically healthy.
Physically, you are healthy.
Yeah.
Spiritual growth. Now, also, are physically healthy.
Yes.
You pay attention to your health.
Yes.
You are saving money.
Sure.
And seek to be financially independent. Get one now when you know. Bomodiana Kran ye.
The body can say if there is anything we should do in this year, we should put a stop to instant gratification. Sikaba unsemwa na wakaise chale me kra kan piski aye kan mini di hoda in mame nso me nkona me nkọ hwimenu
ni panso ye de we de kwame obo ade video bi o say amanfo ada o mo sisi enye
fufu sika ya van trap blocks when is me ba no na odi sika na trap blocks adu yem
oh kwame obo ade baby obi are ba be chia
he's a fantastic guy.
Yeah. So Obi, now your biggest enemy being always in our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Thinking that no any, you know, you know, and the next fear of mean to mean, beyond your comfort zone, you have another fear on them. Hey, now with the main cabinets and me pa way. Now me the bed and my copy White House put that. Now me the bed and my throne show crap pass that. Me. It that feeling of helplessness, no, except the kind of comfort zone would ya. Na Obi, oh you that
Ajecha.
Na Ajekwan. Finally, me say, you shifted from always wanting an easy route to success.
Shortcuts, no.
very easy route to land you at success.
FM 94.7.
One year careful. Olande no. O sini wechi numpe nyina bi to atwini.
Waji
weni so. Do you have your spiritual growth? You have a healthy body. You have financial independence. So as I say, and son what babe comfort zone, helplessness, and son finally, why you want free easy as a path to success.
Yeah.
Now you can try by say, almost stability, reasonable stability, public and civil servants, no, or market team. Now you can try public and civil servants say, almost so ahokeka. Any adwuma mo ye no omunye ye ni can't private companies no say ye do mase so my engage ye there but mo nhwere mo ntwa kai lot of private companies work Ghana the disrespect for nipa my engage on services no is too much. It's too much. Taking advantage undue over the labor market, especially the private people. Who should be any crew near any man of 800 cities and 500 cities and 900 cities
for the whole month.
For the whole month, you are expecting productivity to shoot. There be. That's why we keep cutting corners. So help me God.
Yeah, but the other thing is, it speaks to how deficient we are in terms of enforcement. Because for crying out loud, man, you were a minimum wage, and the minimum wage is not just fixed for public sector workers. Every worker in Ghana should not be paid below that amount. And there cannot be any private company in Ghana paying below. It shouldn't happen. And sometimes you wonder, it is Obi, you go through some problem now. Where would you go and report? Charlie.
Dr. Sebo, I'm in person, the mayor has to folk in sense.
But Shamo, NDC, Shamo, US.
Yeah.
I say, Obi, I'm glad Omahini has noticed the importance of being physically healthy.
Oh no,
hallelujah.
Shamo. Onhe no worry. Onhe no worry. They be the OG classmate be number. They be as a classmate what jache. O de be ba man no afani bra. Na worry no.
Oh, na Shamo na ordinary from
maza. Yenim no. On susu fa na ho fa na dada.
Salam Mustafa, National Youth Organizer, NPP. Yeah, no, you say hard truth from Mama Ihene. There is too much exploitation in the private sector. Happy New Year to you guys. Salam, thank you. Many happy returns. Well, Happy New Year to you and Mama Ihene. Please let Mama Ihene beware of my prophecy for him. It's for him to walk 10 miles every day.
No, me collapse. Onya is adien. No. Dia no pese me ye wa abrabum. Abrabum dia na pese me ye. Messi.
Where from your grandpa Jimmy Owusu Kwatin or Virginia, US of A.
Yeah,
it was 10 miles every day. Nante. Where's the Obi? I think the handlers of the president should watch it. We are trying to put Ghana on the globe, but not this way. They have now opened the floodgate for other musicians to request for the place for music videos. No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
It doesn't work
that
way.
Sure. Yeah. All the political parties.
Sure.
So if you want to enjoy a fair, balanced, objective conversation.
Yeah.
Straight to the point ideas, not targeting individuals.
94.7.
You know, and persons. It makes you a weak mind.
Yeah.
You know, what discussing ideas, it makes you a great person. So that's it. Now, yeah, sure, I say, moving forward, no. Obia o pesa obejina Ghana space bia mu no. So we wa you say only Ekosiisen and Abidwam and Adom FM bela beto yon konkon ade will subject you to proper scrutiny.
Sure.
Because we all want the good of Ghana.
The good of this country.
Not individuals, not political groupings. Now, Bianintum say, also, I say, I am proud to be a Ghanaian. And son, how do you call no political party?
Abba.
Asoso. Missy Hatchia Ubia. Unyamintin and Nimuntre 2023.
Amen.
Never Koma, a papa sum Ghana. Neman Ukridi, our Brassier. Any a Jumadin, any a Posh, any 94.7 and family.
After honeymoon, Sami Jemfi is joining us for a conversation.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting conversation. Say, and then I make a DBA say, one of the young guys we've had in our body politics, you can't take away his level of conversation and arguments.
Yeah.
You might have all your reservations about him, but I'm hopeful that 2023 or person a party annexing or there are a lot of things be go.
Sure.
A lot of comparison. Actually, Ghana for the NT say this is the time we should consider the NDC. Na menchi asofu nyina titu Agina Sari.
Okay.
Na menchi because we heard the chairman general can I say I see Nkati say. And your man mienu bi me munya akwanya ba ho.
Say on be ko ho no.
Na dey me tekwa ne say so omoba apostolic I heard the same commentary because a stubborn cat to say Sam Jata George. I yet met him and elder. There's a sophomore.
And apostolic empowerment. So I your mind.
And he just says you get here. Unu team now. So I feel 2023. Mama Fishapa. We are ready for a battle that will discuss ideas and ensure that Ghana eventually becomes the winner.
Yes.
And Tianona,
fantastic.
The team multimedia and Sumichobia. We've started it. Now I'm in Black Star on Komono. Yakogu Yenano.
Black Stars.
Asa.
No say the is hard you know.
Asa time is Africa.
1 month to Nations Cup now Fenia started saying.
Where is the sports minister?
Yusuf Mustafa.
Chum. Africa Games
all African Games August this year August.
That you won't no man almost in all baby juju. One baby as infrastructure was one baby do.
Na say Legon omo de Legon stadium no.
Da over Legon.
O say
we will be super over Legon.
Omo postpone akwan. Omo postpone.
No be pa de.
And I say but tema ya de yensi nwe you know.
Na say na me bu say chum no. E say mo asa ko to ba ko bi say mo face the Galaxy Stars and the Black Stars. You too much more problem wow.
There be Black Galaxies, local Black Stars.
And
on the Black Galaxies. Na say what Black Star into your Black Galaxies.
Na no crest Black Star. Huh? Ana papa ba ko so yare no. Also muntianika.
Celeste no sis kebi also am de man for Owini under 20 no 2009.
Na health minister no way.
Anon the honor for home and I say we sports.
No me busa away.
Aye, on conference saying, Kwaku free, right?
Hey, and then the refuge health minister.
Oh, Ajiman Menu. Yes, Ajiman Menu.
After 14, now I'm Modina, I'm Bodina.
Ajiman Menu.
Ajiman Menu.
Health minister.
Ajiman Menu.
Hey, now, you your friend is the interior minister, no, Ambrose Derry.
Also, the top and down, the Libya.
Ekosiisen M'Ahiasem FM at 4 p.m. National Communications Office of the NDC. It's not yet in Como. It's been a while, but he's back from his honeymoon. In Tienne, would have quite an interesting conversation and area. Loads and loads of your mess.